welcome to The Charismatic Voice. This week we'll be focusing on the mezzo soprano. I am talking about 8 primary voice types in classical music over the next 2 months, so if you're looking to learn more about a different voice, check out my other videos. Mezzo sopranos are the most likely voice type to cross-dress. And yes, indeed, that means that you will often see a woman playing a boy on stage in a romantic love pairing. A typical mezzo range goes from about G3 to A5, but it's good to note that there are 3 main kinds of mezzos, and the coloratura or Rossini mezzo tends to sing a little bit higher, whereas the lyric or dramatic mezzo punches a little more sound and isn't quite as agile or high. Characters that mezzo-sopranos most often portray include the dudes. Many mezzo-sopranos choose to specialize in playing trouser roles, and they are not shy about being a dude. They're given special coachings in how to lounge like a man, flirt like a man, present flowers like a man, sword fight like a man, and even get steamy like a man. Yes, a girl can be fantastic as Romeo, or even as Prince Charming. Other characters that mezzo-sopranos often portray include witches or sorceresses, often supporting roles as well, like the maids or perhaps ladies of the night. And they do occasionally play leading ladies, especially in French operas from around the mid-19th century. Speaking of leading ladies, the most famous mezzo-soprano role is Carmen by Bizet. She's super sexualized, makes men incredibly jealous, very, very sultry. This is the 3rd most often performed opera, so it's a great chance for a mezzo to take a leading role. Hansel and Gretel, based on the fairy tale, is another great opera to find mezzos in. Hansel is actually played by a girl, mezzo, and the witch is also a mezzo. One of the greatest Italian leading ladies played by mezzo is Rosina from The Barber of Seville. And also you have Suzuki from Madame Butterfly, she's the maid, and Azucena, the sorceress from Il Trovatore. Now let's move on to some famous mezzo-sopranos. First of all, you have Cecilia Bartoli. She is the most recorded classical artist to date. Marilyn Horne, Susan Graham, Janet Baker. Currently, my favorite mezzo-soprano out there is Jamie Barton. She won the Singer of the World competition in 2013 in both the opera and the song category. A lot of pop icons classify themselves as mezzo-sopranos, and among these you'll find Celine Dion, Whitney Houston, Madonna, the list goes on and on. Now let's talk a little bit about the things that mezzo-sopranos are great for and maybe not so great at. The most defining characteristic of a mezzo-soprano's voice is the warmth of tone color. It is plush, it is sultry, it is wonderfully pillowy to listen to and usually quite rich. Mezzos also tend to be great at communicating words and lyrics. This is because they're singing in a lower register where it's much easier to pronounce the words, and also language sounds more natural there because it's closer to our speaking range. Now, mezzos do typically have a difficult time being heard in ensembles. The soprano's on the top, the bass is on the bottom. They're easy to pick out. The tenor is kind of near the mezzo, but in his strongest range, he's blaring it out really loud, so the mezzo has to work really hard to be heard. Now, if you're looking to learn more about how you can make that ensemble fit better together, you should check out my other videos. Please ask me questions. Post them below. I'll answer.